Today is Thursday, March 30th. Go to your evening classes today.
Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Happy birthday to the following students.
We sing happy birthday to you, and may all your dreams come true.
Happy, happy birthday.
Here are your after-school activities.
Down, they say, living a full life, but only halfway. If I learned one thing, it'd be this.
Remember to get blood donors. Bring your signed forms to your homeroom teacher. The homeroom with the most donors gets a donut party.
Your lunch options for today are cheese stuffed breadsticks, mini corn dogs, buffalo chicken, and along with your usual options.
Today's the student versus staff basketball game. 8th graders, remember to cheer on your fellow students and maybe we can win it this year.
Hey, good morning, everybody. It's a pretty exciting day here. It is the student staff basketball game. Just want to give a few reminders on the game today. First of all, it is intended to be a lot of fun. So we realize when we're out on the court, some of us are pretty competitive and we are definitely on both sides trying to win. But the whole goal of this is for it to be a really good time. Now, the only people who will be in the stands will be our 8th graders, and all 8th graders are invited to come down. You will go to your win group at the normal win hour time. And then at 1:45, you guys will walk down. I'm really fine with you sitting wherever you want, 8th grade. I trust you guys to come down there and choose a good spot. Staff come down with them. We did ask that each teacher on each team have a quiet space. So if there are 8th graders who don't want to come down to the game, which I understand, it's loud down there. Each team should have one staff member who's staying back and offering that in their rooms. Now, for everybody else, you're not going to miss it. The game's going to start at 2:00, so you'll still have time to do the reading in the beginning of win hour. And then at 2:00 sharp, we'll start the game. We'll do 2 halves. Our Leaders Among Us class has a little activity they're going to do for a halftime show. And then at the end, after our staff wins, then we'll all leave for the day. All right. One other thing that we are going to do either today or tomorrow is we're going to put a few drills into one. We are going to practice a lockdown. So there are times when we might just want to keep everybody in the building and in their rooms. So teachers, this reminder is actually more for you. Every single day in every single classroom door should be locked on the handle at all times. There should be a magnet that is preventing the door from latching, but those doors, the handles should be in a locked mode. So we've got to get better at that. Staff, my preference would be that we keep our keys on us, and then when you leave your room, you slide that magnet up so that the door does lock, so that we are not leaving just vacant rooms all the time also. That would be my preference, but the only thing that I'm going to say we really got to do is we've got to have those handles ready in a locked position. So staff, this really is for you more than it is for the kids. So when we do our lockdown today, it should be as simple as sliding a magnet out of the way so that your door locks and everybody's inside. And again, we could do that for a number of reasons. And really the most common one that I've experienced in my time as an administrator is that we have had kids have medical issues from time to time that have taken place in the hallway. And we have wanted to preserve their dignity and also to allow like EMS to get in and or Nurse Mary Ann to help them out. And so we've wanted everybody just kind of stay away. And we've asked for a lockdown. And usually when we announce that, we'll say this is a soft lockdown, which really just means we're staying inside. There is nothing that is an immediate danger to anybody. It's just a soft lockdown. Stay in the rooms and keep the hallways clear. Okay, we're going to go from that to leaving the building for an intruder drill. And we will announce where we have like a fake intruder. I'm going to tell you right now where that intruder is going to be. We're going to announce that that intruder is near Mrs. Reinagle's room. The reason we're doing that is that our construction has recently created quite a river there. So we're going to announce that that's where the intruder is. And that intruder might move. But when we announce where that intruder is, everybody else in the building should be getting out, including those at the other end of the science room. So get out. The quicker we can get out of our building, if we think something's unsafe inside the building, we want to do that. Okay, even if there was a fire in one end of the building, we would announce where that was. We'd be like, get out. So we're going to practice that. At the very end of it, Mrs. Reinagle's room is never going to be able to leave. So we will end it by pulling our fire alarm, and we'll have a fire drill, and we'll get everybody out. Okay, so then we'll get outside. We'll account for everybody. We're not going to go too far off of campus. So that you can stay together as a class. We'll account for everybody, and then we'll come back in. From start to finish, that should take like, I don't know, 6 or 7 minutes. We're going to attempt to make it pretty darn quick. If you have any questions, now would be a good time to talk with your homeroom class about that, about where they might go if they're ever concerned or hear these things go down and they're in the hallway, because that could happen. And again, I'm going to go over that really quickly. If you were in the hallway and you heard a soft lockdown, just go back to class. Okay, it's not urgent. You don't need to sprint. If we're saying for something to be a lockdown, it's not that big of a deal. There's just something going on. We want you in the room. So go back to your room and get in there. If we saw that there was an intruder drill and we announced for that intruder drill, I don't care where you are, get out. We'll figure out how to account for you later, but get out of the building and get yourself safe. And same thing when we do a fire drill. When we do a fire drill, if you're not in your normal room or you're in the restroom, you're at the library, just get out. Find a trusted adult, let them know that you're there, and that's our way of accounting for you, but you don't need to make your way back to your class for that. All right. Last thing that I have, if I can remember what it is, and I don't know that I can at the moment, so we may just end this thing. But let's make sure that we are having a great day. We're going to have a lot of fun with the student staff game later today, and it will be streamed into all of the other classrooms. So teachers, look for Dan to send out an email on how you will access that later today. Let's make sure that we are having a great day. We don't have too many of these, too many Thursdays left, man. And it's Cardinals opening day also. So for those of you going to the game, I'm super jealous. And for everybody else, we'll just watch it at home. All right. Go Cards, go staff, go students. I hope it's a really good game. It should be a lot of fun. All right. Have a good one, guys.
Today during 8th hour is a student versus staff basketball game. The teachers have been bragging for the past thousands of years that they've won. So we're going to be interviewing people on who they think is going to win. Just hopefully students this year. The student staff basketball game.
You know, I've been interviewed on this before, and I've always said the staff because we have the experience. But I've been walking the hallways a little bit, and there are a lot of really tall 8th graders. So this may be your year, 8th grade. So, you know, I don't think it's going to be a close game, but this might be the year where the students pull out the victory.
Students versus staff basketball game.
It pains me to say it, but I think the students are going to win this year.
Why?
Because I haven't seen any of the staff practice, and I don't even know who's playing.
The student staff basketball game.
I really hope the students win, because then we can brag to the teachers that we won against them.
Gonna win the student staff basketball game.
The students,
Why?
because I don't know, we might have I don't know, I feel like more kids might be able to play. There might be new talent.
Gonna win the student staff basketball game.
The students,
Why?
because the teachers are old and their joints are probably bad.
Gonna win the student staff basketball game.
I actually don't know. I mean, the students, I'm pretty sure they're going to pick the very athletic ones for the game, but the adults, they have experience on their side. I'd say the game could probably go either way, maybe. That's just my opinion.
Who do you think is going to win the student staff basketball game? The staff. Why? Because they have Mr. Decker and he's going to cook them all.
Who do you think is gonna win the student staff basketball game?
Students.
I think the students are gonna win.
Why?
They're more athletic, I think.
I think because they practice more, and since they have to do it more.
Gonna win the student staff basketball game.
I think the staff, because they're much taller, they have more upper body strength, and they have more lower body strength than the students.
Alright, name the student staff basketball game.
The students. Why? Because we have more practice.
Why me?
Student staff basketball game.
I think the staff is going to win, but I do wish the students luck. I'm not really a fan of the game, but it's a great experience for everybody who's watching, not who's playing.
Hopefully the students are going to win this year. Thank you so much for watching.
Miss Ambiel, tell me about Leaders in Illness. Why did you create this class?
So we wanted to give students a chance to have like a student council experience during the course of the school day. So the idea behind the class was to do service learning projects and do all kinds of fun things that help promote our R4 inside of our community.
Okay, and then what have you been doing in this class?
Right now we're knee deep in planning for the NKMS blood drive, which is on April 6th. So if you haven't asked somebody to donate blood, now would be a great time to do that. We are also working on posters for the student versus staff basketball game. And we have other stuff happening in the spring. Hopefully some beautification.
Williams, and we're going to talk about his new class, mythology. So what are you going to do in this class?
So we're going to look at the various different societies that had the different mythologies, Greek, Roman. We have some American civilization, some African civilization. So we're going to look at kind of what their mythology is and kind of just learn a little bit more about what life was like in ancient times and have some fun doing it.
Great. Why is this class offered?
It was just a way to kind of get kids a little more interested in social studies and just, you know, a lot of kids know a lot of stuff about Greek and Roman mythology, but to expand their knowledge base so that we incorporate several different other societies besides the main ones. I mean, everybody has heard of Rick Riordan and Percy Jackson, so it just seemed like a really cool way for middle schoolers to kind of be interested and learn more about ancient life.
Cool. Thank you. With Mrs. Siegel, and we're talking about the new class, History Through Film and Literature. What are you going to do in this class?
Well, it's obvious from the title that we look at history through reading and movies. It is a student-led topic class, so in the beginning of the semester, I asked the students what are their favorite historical times, and so then we tailor the lessons and learning around their choices.
Do you think this class should be offered?
Most of the topics that students pick have to do with U.S. history, and I think in middle school we only get half of U.S. history. So I think what this can do is it can fill in some gaps and learn more about history than you would just in your traditional social studies class.
Okay, thank you.
That's it for today. Have a great day.
And remember,
We are responsible for our